In a world where trivia games are played on a podcast, one man reigns supreme and chooses the movie, while the loser must face his punishment episode.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
This is Punishment Spoilers.
Hair no mind, it's just a harmless retard. Just don't make eye contact.
I'm hearing you! So Rick, when you gonna take me for a ride in your car with a green car with my caseworker?
Oh, Olivia, huh?
Yes, Olivia. She's pretty and she's nice. Oh, that's a house where me and Eugene lives. I think he's a jerk. You think he's a jerk, Rick?
I don't think he's a jerk. I think he's a little impatient.
Yeah, well, he put up that sign in the bathroom that says only employees can use it.
That didn't stop you, though, did it?
No, because I'm a person and it's just a bathroom. If I use it, I don't think I'm hurting anybody.
This movie is really bad, but don't just take our word for it. This is spoilers.
This is spoilers.
Oh, the spoilers intro song might be replaced with Reading Rainbow this time.
Yeah, that's cool. I never watched that show, I don't think.
Oh, you weren't directly quoting Reading Rainbow right now?
But you don't have to take my word for it.
No, I wasn't at all.
Yeah.
I was making a pun, a joke about the R word.
A reading rainbow.
I don't understand the joke. What is it?
Dang it.
I like the joke. I thought it was funny.
Thank you. Okay, well, we're gonna, as long as Pappy got it.
The spoiler I gave you was better, but yours was pretty good.
Say yours, Pap.
I told Brett to say Rosie O'Donnell has been method acting for this role her whole life.
Oh my God, dude. I was going to make that same joke during the pod.
But it was going to be from Brett, so it would be extra funny, because that's why I picked this for you, Brett. You hate Rosie O'Donnell.
Do I?
I figured.
You do?
You're staunch, don't you?
You don't like Rosie? Flintstones? League of Their Own?
You don't like Flingshots?
I love A League of Their Own. I think she, unfortunately, was involved in the worst casting decision in the history of movies. And that was her casting in Now and Then. Nothing against her, but just bad casting.
What about the casting in this movie? Good or bad?
Bad.
How often did you watch the Rosie O'Donnell show? She had a daytime television show for a long time.
It wasn't good, though.
Movies, sure she can do it. Broadway gave it a try. Pay Vegas, pay nothing to it. TV commercials, easy as pie.
Pie!
Didn't really watch it. I don't know. I don't think about Rosie O'Donnell. I love her in A League of Their Own. I mean...
Why wasn't it good, Korey? How would you even describe it? Did you watch it? I watched it with my mom. My mom loved it.
Jenny Jones was better. More drama, bro.
I watched it with my mom too, Josh. My mom loved it.
Yeah, our moms liked it, Kyla. What's your problem about it?
Yeah.
It's not very interesting. You know, like, it was basically an Oprah competitor. And I think Oprah had the higher profile guests. You know, she had people like Michael Jackson on.
Nobody compares to Ricky Lake either. So.
I liked Ricky Lake.
Yeah, so.
Caroline Ray. She wasn't on very long, but anyway... I'm already just taking way longer, and I don't know, Pap. I don't know if I think yours is better than mine, personally. But the one I have that I was too scared to say, I think was the best, but I'm not going to say that one. So we're 2.5 minutes in. I haven't said the name of the movie yet. We're doing Riding the Bus with My Sister, which was a Lifetime movie from 2005, directed by Morticia Addams, and starring Andie MacDowell and Rosie O'Donnell. Oh boy.
Directed by whom?
Angelica Houston.
Angelica Houston.
Who did you say?
Morticia Addams.
Gotcha. Brett, I'm listening for facts here. Sometimes we roll with jokes right up front. Need some facts. Come on.
Yeah. Josh likes to stick to facts, except for when it's based on trivia.
Yeah, can we say trivia for the end of the pod, Brett?
What facts are we talking about?
So much trivia talk tonight.
This was a punishment movie, punishment pick from Pappy to me. And Josh, I will host however I want to host.
We pivoted on this pick, though, if you remember.
We did. So I think it was for the best.
Bowling for Columbine was the original pick.
Yeah, I still think that would be good podcast. I don't think that would be.
Let's let the listeners decide. Let's do it.
A documentary would be boring. That would be hard.
I just don't see it being good. I just don't see how it could be good, and it would just be not fun for us or the listener. So,
dude, yes, it would.
Yeah,
it might be awkward for us, but for the listener, it would be amazing.
No, I don't think so. People don't want to get on to hear us debate stuff.
B Wolf, shout us out if that's true or not. Hit us up. You know what to do.
We debate, but it's mostly Lord of the Rings based.
Like riding the bus with my sister isn't going to spark tremendous debate tonight.
So this was based on a book that actually had good ratings, unlike this movie. So I stopped taking notes after like 10, 15 minutes. I kind of just forgot, and then I started back up again. I don't think I missed much, except for a couple bus rides. The book was a lot more about like the riding on the bus and a lot of the past stuff, and it took place over a year. This, I feel like time doesn't really, like I have no idea how much time's passed in this movie. It makes it seem like Andie MacDowell's been there for like 2 days, but I think she's been there for a long time. I don't really know, but...
Well, you brought up the book. I wanted to ask you this, Brett. The author said that the movie was good, as all authors should of movies that are adapted. You know, you can't really trust them. But then she also reiterated that the themes of the book were civil rights for people with different mental abilities or whatever, and also the necessity of public transportation, which once you start to watch it, you're like, oh, I guess that does kind of make sense as a theme in here. Do you think this movie's heart is in the right place? Because a lot of people are just like, fuck this movie, cancel this movie type thing.
No, first of all, go ahead.
I think it might be, actually.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that. First of all, I mean, I think everyone should know me well enough to know that, like, I'm not against, I mean, it's acting, so I'm not against people playing people with disabilities or the other way around, anything like that. It's all acting to me. So I think that after we had like a run of movies like this, like I Am Sam, and other ones, I don't know,
Rain Man was the one that got an Oscar. Yeah.
This is 2005, though.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't want to go back that, because like,
because Forrest
Gilbert
Gump.
Grape. Yeah.
Are we just quoting Tropic Thunder right now?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Bullshit.
I've only seen parts of it, though. Yeah, no, it's always seemed pretty funny. So, Pap, I don't know. I think they tried. I mean, it's not like this was unintentional. They made this movie for unintentional comedy purposes. It just kind of like, I don't know if you say comedy. It's not really that funny to laugh at that kind of stuff, but it's just her voice is so bad, and watching through that lens just makes it so much less enjoyable. I mean, I don't know. So you think that the heart was in the right place, just was executed really poorly? You think if better actors and they focus more on the stuff they focused on in the book, you think that would be a better movie? Or
wait, so who all watched?
We all watched.
Except for Mikey.
Not me.
Okay. I think that I'm down with the civil rights messaging and the need for public transportation. But at the same time, the only note that I wrote down, the first note I wrote down, I guess, was like dignity. And if you're going to pull this off, I feel like you have to treat the movie and the topic and the characters with dignity. And I don't see a lot of that from Rosie O'Donnell's performance. There's a couple times where I'm just like, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening.
Why do you think they chose Rosie O'Donnell?
That's the first thing. Why her? She was an executive producer.
Dude, she was a media powerhouse at this time.
In 2005, I figured her run was over, but I guess
I'm gonna look it up. When did her show end? Would that be when her run was over officially for you, Brett?
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to her career, so
Check when the Fling Shot stock crashed. That's when it all bottomed out for Rosie O'Donnell.
Go to the Wikipedia page and click on controversies section and see what we got.
Oh man, the Rosie O'Donnell show went from 96 to 2002, and then there was like she's been on a series of other shows like all the way to present, like The View,
acting
famously on The View.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is 6 years after Tarzan. Right after that, she did a TV movie, a couple acting roles on TV movies. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say she was really killing it at that point. Just kind of like...
Fair enough. I retract. It's a little,
but she is a well-known name. She always has been, for sure.
I was thinking it was the 90s. In my memories of like watching it with my mom, I think it was like the late 90s, right, Pat?
This movie?
No. When she was at her height and like people that we knew were fans of hers.
Josh has very fond memories of watching Riding with the Bus with my sister with his mom.
I was going to say. No, definitely. Like, I remember being a little kid. Like, that was like a come home from school in the summertime show, like during the day when my mom was home.
Would your mom pull you aside and be like, you have to watch like this clip, or like she would be pumped about a specific thing that happened in the Rosie O'Donnell show? It was almost like almost like a pre-internet thing. Like, oh, you got to check out this TikTok. It's really funny.
Do you think her performance was good in this movie, Josh? I feel like you have some hardcore nostalgia for her.
I'm coming at this from a little different perspective because I'm very neutral on Rosie O'Donnell, and I think she really commits. Like, do any of you doubt that?
No, I think she's trying her butt off. I just don't. And I'm also, I don't know where this came from. I'm definitely neutral on Rosie O'Donnell as well. I don't have anything against her at all. I mean, I don't care.
What's your family's stance on Rosie O'Donnell?
Your family's stance.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't.
Where does your family stand?
Get brother Brian on the air right now. Call him.
Probably in bed.
This is what I was going to say, though, to that, Pap.
Yeah.
Of all the slowness and crappiness of this movie that we'll probably get into, the scene where she's grieving, I think I'm really buying it, and I thought that was really emotional, actually. And I know
in the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know if Brett's going to crawl through the plot or not, if we're allowed to skip around, but
yeah, trust me, we're allowed to skip around
after we do intros and opening question. Then we'll get to it.
Dude,
what is happening? Oh my gosh!
This is what they wanted. Listen to the end of the episode. They're anarchists. They're trying to destroy spoilers format, our institutions. No more trivia. No more opening questions.
Is no more.
So my this is Brett. I'm recording and hosting out of Fort Wayne.
East or west?
Let's go west, and why don't you go ahead and tell me, I don't know, your favorite movie about mentally challenged person?
West to east or east to west?
West to east.
You just said go west, young man.
Go west, Fievel.
Yeah.
This is Korey recording out of Simi Valley, California. Forrest Gump's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
He's not all there, is he?
No.
Let's see.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll just go with one answer today. There it is.
Cool. Mikey?
Yeah, Forrest Gump. I know Pap hates that one. He's got strong opinions about Forrest Gump, but it's either that or I Am Sam. That's the name of that movie.
That's
right?
good.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I like that movie. It's good enough.
I think we're at Josh.
What is the question exactly? How did you phrase that?
I don't know. Favorite movie with how about a developmentally challenged person? I guess I don't know. or just handicapped, I guess.
Sure.
A story featuring that person.
Yeah.
I really like the savant stuff. These answers have already been used, but like Rain Man being a savant with, and then Forrest Gump. They never say savant in that movie, but he's like tremendous at everything. And I really like those aspects specifically of those movies. So I don't know. I'll just repeat those.
I know you like the part when he influenced John Lennon.
No religion too?
Brett likes that the most.
I do. Pappy?
Pappy, Kalamazoo, Simple Jack.
Simple Jack.
There we go.
What's Simple Jack?
It's a movie within a movie in Tropic Thunder. But also Rain Man. I did a report on savants. Look up 60 Minutes savants on YouTube. You won't regret it. Really cool videos.
Simple Jack is a parody of this movie.
Exactly.
Yes.
Never go full.
Never go full. You're not allowed to say that. Do you think
Never go full on?
Do you think Idiocracy would be a good example of a movie like that? Like everyone from the future has problems. Just drink
they're just dumb.
From the future? That's happening now.
They're just drinking
Idiocracy is
electrolytes,
now.
man. It's electrolytes.
Yeah, I guess you can say whatever you want. This is Brett. Like I said, I'll just go with Rain Man. I've always liked Rain Man. I think that's a really cool, like Josh said, I love the savant aspect of it. Okay, so let's get into this story a little bit. My first note is Rosie yelling, but that could go all the way down. She pretty much yells a lot. So she likes to. Josh, why don't you tell us what she likes to do? What her normal day looks like?
Can I simplify it way down?
Oh, absolutely.
She wants to drink some colas, and she wants to ride a bus.
And hook up with Jerry.
Yeah. Hey, Korey, how would you describe her overall presence on the bus? Like, who likes her, who doesn't? What's that like?
The real people like her. The caricatures of human beings don't like her. She's obviously not all there mentally, right? So that's the premise of this movie.
Wait. Break down what you just said. The real people like her. The caricatures of human beings don't like her.
Dude, it's insane.
You talking about the Karen, the grumpy white guy nerd?
Get a job!
Yeah, but he's screaming at her to get a job on the bus and like basically harassing her. Her neighbor, who is like, this person doesn't exist in the real world. She storms outside. She says, "You're stomping around like a hippopotamus up there." Like, what is that?
Just people, I mean, I don't know. I'd like to think people don't talk to people like that in that way, but...
That's just really excellent analysis that I didn't want you to breeze by, Korey. So, continue on, please.
Continue with the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Yeah, the bus drivers all really like her, and I think even Rick, who, I mean, is probably the only character in this movie that I liked. I mean, Jesse was okay.
Hey, Brett, sorry, can I say something real quick, too, about what Josh said about like what she likes to do? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think this is actually a good point of the movie, because this is where it gets into some of the civil rights stuff. So, like, the execution is dog shit and terrible and cringeworthy, and, like, the caricatures of the bullies don't work. But it's like, should she be allowed to eat what she wants to eat? You know what I mean? And the fact that she's sexually active isn't, a coincidence in the story also, and that she relies on public transportation and she doesn't, she's not able to have a job. So I feel like, again, I feel like the themes of this movie I'm actually really down with, but is there something about the way that the performances lay out, like Kylo said, and it feels like a cheap TV movie, which it is, which just kind of like ruins everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's, I get what you're saying. I agree. It's, I think they had decent ideas. Like you said, the execution was like a zero.
It also doesn't help that the only way to watch this movie is on YouTube.
Yeah.
And,
Sound cuts out.
Oh my god.
Critical times.
Worse than a VHS copy.
Yeah, and if for people that like closed captioning like I do, it's just unbearable. YouTube's got the worst closed captions because they just guess. And it's just really bad. And yeah, the quality was awful. I wanted to see all those facial expressions that Rosie was making.
Certain scenes doesn't have audio, so I have missed
2 different scenes for
scenes of this movie.
I was telling Pap, I literally cared about that last conversation between her and her boyfriend. And that's one of the 2 that I didn't get to hear. I was like, okay, well.
Are you going to read it to us? You looked up the script, I assume, right?
No, I have no idea what she
the
says.
hell?
Yeah, it's...
this is your punishment movie, Brett.
The punishment has not been paid.
We need the book report.
I've wasted a lot of time on this terrible movie.
Maybe we should make the punishment movie available on at least a DVD or something. I don't know. Shitty YouTube stream is going to cut.
Yeah, well, it's what you get when someone picks a TV movie from almost 20 years ago.
You could have done Bowling for Columbine.
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that's what you're going to get. I mean...
How did you know about this movie?
It's pretty famous in online, movie review people, just in terms of, the shit show that it is. I feel like there's a couple people who have done, reviews of it or reactions of it. So I've actually seen a decent amount of it before I watch this, but I'm still shocked sometimes at some of the things that we see.
Just one quick note about the quality too. It wasn't really bothering me, but then Andie MacDowell's character was introduced a few minutes in, and she's younger here and she's very attractive. And that was the one time in the movie I was like, dang, this quality's killing me. But
yeah, for sure.
Other than that, it was I don't know. We're glad we got to watch this for free at least, right, guys?
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
1.5 on Letterboxd. That's one of the lowest movies I've ever seen.
Well, I gave it a half star, and then I moved it up to 1.
You are a generous God.
Yes.
That really moved the average up.
Oh yeah.
What made you raise the rating from a half star to a star?
Because, I don't know, I feel like a half star is kind of reserved for those movies that you so bad. I don't know.
Did you give Evil Dead 2 a half star?
No, I moved it.
I
think I moved it up to 1.5 because you cried about it.
Okay.
Pappy controls your Letterboxd scores.
That rating is insane. So low for Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead 2 as good as riding the bus with my sister.
That's bullshit.
Well, they're both about the same amount of humor.
Okay.
The acting in riding the bus is much better.
Good lord.
That wasn't me. So Josh mentioned Andie MacDowell. She's just kind of some wet blanket photographer for a while.
Jeez. Brett, would you ever refer to a dude as a wet blanket? That's bad.
Yeah,
dude, she's a bad person. She's a horrible person.
It's a cliche.
She's got a bad attitude.
It's just a cliche character type, Josh. I mean, and yeah, I'll call anybody what I want to call him.
Dude.
Josh, you're being a wet blanket right now.
The moment where she says the R word is so ridiculous. It's so dramatic.
I was trying to spare you.
Spare me from what?
She's retarded.
And the guy she says it to is I don't think we say that word.
Yeah, no, it's almost kind of meta. I think I don't know if that's supposed to represent she, because 2005, let's say 10 years before, that was, I would say acceptable, but that's kind of what they were still referred to as, and maybe it's just kind of she hasn't had anything to do with her in 10 years, so I don't know. It's just really weird. And then somebody calls the R word on the bus too. Early on, one of the caricatures, I think that Korey was talking about, but she was one of the only enjoyable things about the movie towards the end, I guess, when she started at least having fun. I personally thought the Rick. What was the deal, Pappy? What was the point of the Rick and what's her name, Rachel thing? I mean, why interject that?
Movie shoehorned in romance bullshit. You know
But
what I mean?
she was always going to get back together with that other guy. It seemed like.
Well, and it's weird too because the movie's like. The movie says in the script, "Oh, I get it. You're not going to date a guy like me because I'm a bus driver." And she's like, "No, that's not true." And then she gets back with her millionaire writer boyfriend, and she rejects this guy. It's like, just because you say it doesn't mean that's not what happened. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, no, she's not even going to give this guy a chance, even though he's super nice,
he
super
was really
hot
cool.
by her own admission. Her sister loves him.
To be fair, she did say she did love her boyfriend that she had broken up with.
Did she? She seemed to have a lot of not time for him.
She wasn't a very good girlfriend early on, but she did say she loves him, I guess. So, yeah, he wasn't very happy when they showed him, and then she kind of just went to the funeral without him. And, didn't he say, "I didn't even know you had a sister"? That's pretty crazy. But I guess one big thing that in real life the book is different than the movie is that the dad was actually still alive even when this movie came out. So it's just kind of weird that.
So he's like, "All right, let's go watch the movie about our family," and he's like, "Oh, they fucking killed me."
Yeah, then he died. He died in the theater.
Dude, that really would be like watching your own funeral. That'd be so crazy.
The one daughter's pissed at him. That would be hard to watch too. How true is all that stuff?
I think of the real. Hold on, I got to be careful. I don't want anyone to get mad if I don't say what was correct in the book or not. Korey, if I want to
talk about that Spencer guy.
But I mean, literally, it's one of the main reasons we did this pod this early is because Korey and I had something we wanted to say, but we'll get to that maybe towards the end. But I will say, Josh, let's talk about the actual heart attack and the denial scene, because I thought that was pretty good. I thought if she ever had some acting chops in this role, it maybe was that. And that'd be a tough situation to deal with in a hospital, because people like that can be hard to deal with, and you throw in just an emotional upheaval of her dad. It was kind of weird. He's in a coma, then all of a sudden he's dead without anything in between. But if you want to talk a little bit more about that, Josh, since you wanted to make sure we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, I think I hope other people have more things to say about it, but I think in this movie where she's really committing 100% of the time, and it really gets annoying the more you go along with it. This is pretty early in the movie, and I feel like it's an impactful death. Like the way she tells her sister about it, and then also the way she kind of freaks out at the hospital. I feel like in a way she's basically saying everything any quote normal person would want to say, but she just kind of has no filter. So it just feels like there's just a raw humanness to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the best parts about that scene too is that she's not really supposed to be in there, right? So there's the tension of the nurses and her stepmom trying to get her away. You know what I mean? It's a little bit uncomfortable, and you kind of feel like what the family would be feeling too. So yeah. I agree. Probably the best moment of the movie.
Yes, he will, because he's knowing.
I think it's important for Beth to see her dad.
I want to see him! Oh, Daddy! Oh, Daddy!
I didn't want you to see him this way. I knew it would upset you.
It doesn't hurt you. It's me, the sheriff. Dad, can you hear me? Oh, Dad, you were going to take me to Super Safe today. You had to wake up.
Korey, these are the types of scenes that you usually find beyond hilarious. What do you think about it?
I do?
Well, you think the death in My Girl is the funniest scene in
It
movie
is
history.
hilarious.
Dude, it's funny. Dude, so many
so
bees
sad.
kill Macaulay Culkin, and he's allergic, and he fucking dies.
Hey now.
But this is less funny, Brett.
Yeah.
It's like I barely laughed at this scene.
Oh, man. Well, you know it's bad if you barely laughed at it.
It's a pretty good emotional beat of the movie, I think. I agree with the guys, but
yeah.
I'm very distracted while watching this movie because it's so immediately off-putting that I am immediately checked out for every pull that this movie tries to get me in for. They don't work because they lost me early on. And I think some other people might agree with me there. Like it would almost work if they didn't fuck me over previously, you know?
No, I'm with you. I think I messaged you guys at like 4 minutes in and I was just like, I don't know if I can keep watching it. It just like, it was so like off-putting is perfect. It was so off-putting so early on.
Ooh, you know what we haven't talked about in a while? How Quentin Tarantino always says it's so important to feel like you're in good hands.
Yeah.
This is kind of like the antithesis of that, right?
Yeah.
Angelica Houston, bad hands when I'm watching.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude.
That's the second note that I had. 5 seconds in, this is bad. You can just tell. Like the mirror scene when it's like, this is the one sister, this is the other sister.
The opening text is in Comic fucking Sans.
What was the text? Was it about the movie or?
The title card and the names, the opening credits.
Budget cuts were made, guys. Okay?
Yeah, I wonder what this budget was.
All willy-nilly.
They couldn't afford Arial Bold.
Too much ink.
But I actually like Richard T. Jones overall in other movies. He was okay in this. I thought it was kind of funny that we watch him doing Taekwondo and he's like a black belt and he gets beat up by people. Was that like the most obvious he's going to get mugged scene like of all time?
Mm-hmm.
When he's riding his bike?
I'm trying to remember. I think they set it up like right before we see it because they say something's wrong and then we see him and then something goes wrong.
He's walking down a dark alley or riding his bike down a dark alley
and they show
alone
him
at night.
forever. And yeah, that's why I just thought it was like super telegraphed. I just thought he was going to like whoop him or something, but he doesn't.
What's the actor's name, Brett?
Richard T. Jones.
Okay, this goes back to like Rosie O'Donnell. I think it comes back to the word dignity. I feel like his performance has so much more dignity to it than Rosie O'Donnell's performance, and I can't explain why. And that might be unfair if Rosie O'Donnell was portraying a specific personality type.
Yeah.
He's doing a different one, but still, like, I could have watched a whole movie with him way easier than with Rosie.
His disability manifests itself. He's very quiet. He's very soft-spoken. He speaks in really short sentences. He's not really comfortable when you're talking to him. So, I mean, one's quiet and somber and everything, and the other one's like loud and brazen. So it's not that crazy to me to feel that way.
Paula
I don't think it
Abdul,
is.
opposites attract and everything.
Yeah. It's like she's Paul Abdul and he's MC Scat Cat.
Thank you, Brett. Wow, that's a yes and. I love it.
Yes.
Brett, did you like the part where Rosie
No.
O'Donnell said that she would do to Will Smith?
No, he already said.
No. Say it again.
No.
Well, the part where Rosie O'Donnell says what she would do to Will Smith if he was there.
Oh, yeah, I'd slap him. Yeah.
She like gives like a blowjob to the air. It's really, did you notice that? She like does the blowjob motion with her head. It's crazy.
Wow. I don't know if I noticed that, but who else did...
shit, I'm gonna come.
Oh my god.
That's such a quiet... It's so quiet, Mikey.
Yeah, but it was effectual. Anyway.
But,
Cut that.
No, I mean...
No,
cut that.
We'll fix that in post. We'll boost it. Yes.
I don't really know, Pap. I mean, I didn't see that, but that's... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's thirsting over a couple people, isn't she?
Mikey, is your hand always hovering over the soundboard? Like, how many sounds you got on there now? Fill us in.
I need more. Yeah, I gotta rotate some out, but Yeah, I need some more sounds. If somebody has... Well, we got to get Pap's Gollum sound in here eventually. But just got to keep looking for sounds. I got enough.
Dude, you are one of the best in the business with the sounds. Sorry, Brett. You can go ahead. That's just a quick Mikey shout out.
We kind of have to bring Mikey in every once in a while since I can't really throw to him since he didn't watch.
Let me ask you a question. Like, what would you letterbox scale? Like, what's the production value on this? Like, what do you use? Is there anything?
Lifetime movie.
So nothing. It's a 1.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's very good.
There's literally points where it like fades to commercial. You know what I mean? Like the transition between scenes makes no sense, and it feels like
No, like they use dissolve cuts a lot in this movie, and that's a little bit of a faux pas for film, I think. So,
also that ending was like really abrupt. Brittany was like, "Wait, it's over."
That was
I don't know.
All A24 of them.
No, not Brittany. I'm Cole Beth, and you're Adolfo, and you're new.
How'd you know my name?
You're new, because I know everything. Listen, you had to stop on Carlton Street.
Carlton's not a bus stop.
Oh, listen to Henry. You have to stop there because Miss Pack has a swollen up leg and she has to go to the doctor at 11. So stop on Carlton Street, Rudolfo, and listen to me because I only tell you 2 times. That's it. Then you're on your own. Rudolfo, if I was you, I'd listen to me. Lots of drivers don't, but they regret it. Would you like to know a little secret? My sister Rachel's gonna have a baby! Yes, she is! I'm very good with babies, everybody knows! Gonna name the baby Stella, cause it's a girl!
Let's see. So, I mean, we have the scene. I mean, I think all the best scenes have Rick in them, I guess. If you want to get like that, Rick and Rachel, like I mentioned earlier, they start hanging out together and they like go out to dinner, and then he kisses her, and then he's like, "Don't worry, I know I'm a bus driver," and like Pappy mentioned earlier, and then all of a sudden it's like there's no. All their like sexual tensions like done. It's like he's basically just back to being like, I'm here for your sister and I'm here to be a friend to you, and it just was really weird. I don't know. I feel like I hate to be this like something like Pappy would used to say, like you cut that 8-minute storyline out and you could add 8 minutes of more stuff.
No, just 8 less minutes of this fucking movie.
That's true.
Please.
That's true. Yes.
I don't know about Rick though, Brett. Like you like Rick.
Yeah,
I don't really like Rick.
I guess as far as this movie goes, I like Rick. I mean, he's
Why don't
really
you like
cheesy.
Rick? What's
He
wrong
just
with
seems
Rick?
like obligatory Lifetime movie handsome bad boy guy. And his bad boyness is just that he's like a bus driver. Like he's not high society like her. But what's he there for? So that the sister Rachel can say how she feels to someone? That's pretty much it, right?
I think he's the. I would say he's the heart of the movie.
He's the heart of the movie?
I mean, he's the one that's like, oh, she annoyed me at first, but I just realized how much joy she brought to the movie and to not the movie. Go ahead, Pat.
He's a bad bus driver. He takes a whole bus full of people to the hospital.
Yeah, no, he is.
What? Like you can't.
Whoa! Yes,
what does he do? That's the wrong thing to do.
No,
so,
what would you do?
Rosie's dad has the heart attack. He's dying. She gets on the bus like she always does. She's freaking out. It's a bus full of people, including the caricaturish, mean people who are always talking shit about Rosie. And he kidnaps these people. He hijacks them against their will.
No, they say it's
drives
fine.
them to the hospital. No, you can't. What? They don't
The
all
one guy
consent.
everyone's day on the bus to go to the hospital.
Special delivery for Rosie O'Donnell to the hospital. Everybody else just has to tag along.
Sorry,
for 20
this
minutes.
lady might be able to see her dad alive for the last time. I think they can all take a quick break, a quick detour, as he puts it.
Dude, just get another bus. Say, okay, everyone, just get off this bus. Another one will come. Well, I'm going to drive her right now.
They could have gotten off. There's a stop bus button.
I don't know. That's insane.
I don't think that actually stops the bus, though. Like,
No,
it's not like a brake.
Hit the
brake.
It's not like a subway, like the emergency brake or whatever. But I don't know. I guess I still feel like he's maybe not the heart, but maybe like the conscience or something. What'd you say, Josh?
The part that makes him well-rounded is like one of the first time you see him. I forget exactly what she's doing, but Rosie O'Donnell is just like going kind of crazy bitchy on the bus. And he's like, whoa, that's enough, Beth, or something like that. Like, kind of like,
yeah,
like we're friends, but there's a line that I will kind of like, almost like
you need to chill out,
almost like father figure, and she respects him in that, but also kind of like doesn't like cow to him either, which I think is good. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Brett. He is the heart of the movie, despite Korey scoffing at you.
Yeah, I just like to think he's supposed to be us, like being annoyed at first. Obviously we were probably annoyed the whole time, but like seeing what she brings. It's not like I don't think that she brings anything to society, obviously, but
Brett question: why does he have an estranged son? What does that add to
just
the
to
story?
give him an emotional layer, I guess. I don't know about probably have a little parallel to abandonment that Rachel's feeling.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So he's the other side of it?
Yeah. He wants to be in his son's life, but his son is kind of like lukewarm about it. And Rachel doesn't want to be in Beth's life, but Beth wants her. I don't know. I might just be reading way too much into this, but I was confused about something. The scene in the past where she's choking, I thought at first that was supposed to show us how she became mentally deficient. Is that what they were showing us, or is it just like with losing oxygen to the brain? I mean, I don't know. What was the purpose of it? That scene where she's choking.
You talking about the one where she eats the paint, or a different scene?
No, it's a different one. Brett, I don't know. Because I forgot about that, but I remember thinking when I was watching it, oh, they'll return and show like the second half of the scene.
Right? Yeah, they didn't go back to it. I didn't know what they were.
How old is she in that scene?
6, maybe 7.
The crazy. Go ahead.
No, what, Pap?
I was just gonna say the crazy thing is that as shitty as the production value is for the normal movie, the flashbacks, Mikey, you're asking about this, are like still 10 times worse somehow.
I've been waiting for this. Thank you, Pappy.
I have that in my notes too.
The flashbacks really show like how like poorly cinematic this movie is, if that sentence makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
Like they look so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
And someone will be talking about something that happened, or they'll be thinking about something that happened in their youth, namely the two sisters, and then they'll like look up at the sky and it'll dissolve to when they were kids, and it feels like a comedy movie. It feels like Dewey Cox or something. Like I'm gonna have a flashback now, or like fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and we go back and we see it, and it's like just at the right time for it to be funny, but it's not meant to be funny in this movie.
I'm also telling you, man, those dissolves, watch for it. In the movies that you think are really great and good, see when the cuts are dissolved versus just straight cuts, film to film. Because I guarantee you, the dissolve, you'll realize is a crutch. And that's why this movie sucks. It has like 15 dissolves in it.
But what about in The Godfather, where his mustache becomes a tree? That's a pretty cool one.
Dissolves?
Or is that a fade?
No. It's a dissolve. Like a dissolve can happen, right? It can be a thing, but it's like it has to like really work and land, and it wouldn't be something you would want to like return to. I don't know how to describe it. Do you guys ever consider dissolve cuts when you're watching a movie? Like, it just reminds you that you're like, you see two images on top of each other for a second. You're reminded you're watching a medium instead of like inside of a story, I just don't think it's good.
Well, for each of those flashbacks, like Korey was saying, you can see them coming from a mile away. And then it's like you should hear the bloop, 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 like dream music. You know what I mean? Like it feels like a cheap TV show. It's unreal. And like I said, for like a subject matter this serious, it's like doubling down on that and making it like extra bad. I feel like I don't know. It cheapens everything about what they're trying to say.
Mikey, I don't know. I guess I'd say they flashback maybe 8 times, 8 to 10 times.
Wow. That's a lot of flashbacks.
It's so many flashbacks.
At one time they talk
So
about
many.
her mom brought home a guy who was like a felon who drank like $200 worth of bourbon a day or something and smoked 5 cigarettes a day and 5 packs of cigarettes a day. And then she comes in and sees that he's like the creepiest. He's like, hey, I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, he's going to do bad things.
He looks like Julian from Trailer Park Boys, Mikey. He even has a drink in his hand and like drinks it, holds it just like Julian. It's so weird.
Well, the conversation when that flashback happens is between Rachel and Rick, the guy you like. And she's like, yeah, in my childhood. And then it flashes back and then it shows like her walking in and the mom is like, oh, this is my new boyfriend. And then it goes to Rick and he's like, yeah, when I was a kid. And I thought they were going to do one with him. And I was like, no, don't.
no parallel flashbacks. Yeah. Well, good thing they didn't, I guess.
While we're talking about bad editing, Josh, please tell me you noticed this, because there's this one part in this movie that's like the most fucking insane cut I've ever seen. It's after Jerry. Is that the boyfriend's name?
Jesse.
Okay. It's after Jesse gets beat up. They're in the hospital and she's like, oh, Jesse, like, don't worry, Rick's gonna beat up these guys. And then Rick looks over to his left, and the guys who beat up Jesse are in the hospital.
Yeah, dude, that was so weird.
But it's clearly a shot from like some kind of like deleted scene or something where they're like being booked. You know what I mean? They should be in a police sation.
Yeah, that was weird.
There's no way they would be in this hospital. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Let's say we're all maybe like I only thought maybe Jesse did mess them up a little bit, and they were all just being treated before they went to jail. But like to have them,
but they wouldn't be in the same room.
No, they wouldn't be in the same room. It was really
insane.
dumb.
Yeah.
No, did you guys not see the deleted scenes to this movie?
No.
Jesse's always coating his fingernails in some sort of poison, so that if he gets so they had some really rare disease.
That sounds like a way better movie.
Ricin. You got him with ricin.
Underneath the fingernails. Got him.
All right, let's okay, I'm just going to take like 30 seconds. So
I don't even know if you need to talk about it anymore.
I just want to finish. I just want to finish the movie, what it talked about, what the rest of the movie's about, and then we can do whatever.
Alive at the end.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Can we do final thoughts after yes or no tonight? Just food for thought.
Why? What is happening?
What?
Chaos
Why?
reigns. Josh is the fucking Joker. He just wants to see everything burn.
Maybe Josh.
Joker Josh.
So yes, she's alive at the end. Rachel gets back with her boyfriend. God, does anything else happen? I mean, she just like her cholesterol's still bad, and
So, like, over the course of the movie, does a story progress?
No, just Rachel becoming more humanized, and I mean, she definitely loves her sister. And then, like towards the end,
friends. I got family.
Yes, pretty much. That's exactly what it is.
Pappy,
Thin for slim.
do you have a lesson specifically that you think Rachel learned during this? What's her arc?
She's happier when she's exploiting the mentally handicapped for money in her art shoots than when she's working with prissy models. That's what makes models suck. And these guys, she doesn't have to pay them anything.
There's more money in these people.
Yeah, she doesn't have to pay them anything. She looks like a good guy. It's a win-win.
Oh yeah, Mikey. So she's got a little art. What do they call those things? Art exhibit, and like all the pictures are of her sister and Jesse and stuff. So yeah.
Am I being an SJW, Pat, for thinking that's fucking insane? That like,
is she exploiting someone?
She's literally it's her whole exhibit are these the people that she's now not paying. It's like she doesn't want to work with models. I don't know. Like
the bus people.
She's going to like an authentic. I don't know. Go ahead, Brett. Sorry.
To be fair, she sends money to whatever.
I didn't even see that. The sister?
She sends money to Beth all the time, and Beth doesn't cash the checks. So it's not really a money thing.
Nothing. Nobody's benefiting.
No, I mean, the thing that changes, the only thing that changes pretty much is Rachel becomes a better person-ish and then smiles a lot more. I mean, because she was like really mean in the beginning. Like,
to answer sincerely, Josh, she learns to see her sister as a person.
Of all the editing stuff, thank you for that, Pep. That was powerful.
Yeah.
All the editing stuff we saw, we didn't even touch on one of my least favorite things was anytime Rachel's taking pictures.
Sorry, that was a miss.
It works, though.
That scared me.
Anytime Rachel's taking pictures, it goes into like picture mode.
I hate that.
And it shows like a bunch of stills. But then later in the movie, if I remember correctly, Rick is taking pictures and it goes into still mode.
Yeah, they grab her and they're going to go drown her out in the water, and he gets the camera and starts snapping pictures.
I don't want to get too deep, but I think that's this movie's way of saying that Rick did get to sleep with Rachel, just kind of off screen. He picked up some tricks from her is kind of what this is communicating.
It's like the scarf and All Too Well.
Jafar is good.
Did nothing wrong.
Etc.
Hashtag Sauron's my king. I mean,
no, Gothmog.
Oh gosh. I don't know why I said to Brittany, I said, if they drag her out to the ocean and drown her, I will. It'll become like my favorite movie. It'll save it for me, but they didn't go in that direction. Just thought it would have been funny because they don't really know what's serious, and it just been like turn it into a horror movie all of a sudden. It'd be really funny.
Just like your favorite From Dusk Till Dawn, Brett.
Ugh. To be fair, I guess I watched that when I was in I don't know, 5th grade.
I should have pivoted into that. That would have been better.
Yeah, it would have been better for sure.
I feel bad making you watch this because you also have to tiptoe around sensitive topics, kind of like you would with Bowling for Columbine, I guess.
Or Jack.
I don't think it would have been the same thing, and I don't think we've had any. I think we're doing pretty well on this. But I mean.
Oh, it's a great host. I feel, this was a rough watch for me.
Oh, it's definitely a rough watch.
With 2 missing scenes, including the conclusion.
Can you guys clear something up for me? Because maybe I just missed something. There's a plant where Rosie O'Donnell doesn't put away the shopping cart after they go shopping, right? It's because she's like defiant. She's like, no, Dad used to do that. I don't want to do it. And they do it a second time in the movie. But they never have the third time where she actually like puts it away, like in like conciliation.
You're right. That's so crazy.
Just another thing they don't really wrap up. That's weird. I never thought about that.
There's just like missing pieces to this movie. Like it's not a real movie.
Or even where she doesn't put it back a third time and the sister's just like, that's okay. You are who you are. You know what I mean? Like,
or she doesn't ask, yeah.
But that's weird. I didn't think about that, Korey. But I think that's why you kind of feel like disjointed like at the end of this movie, or maybe it seems abrupt. Like there's just subconsciously some things missing, and that's one of them. Like
or like she wins over the crowd on like that one guy on the bus or something. No, he just freaking hates her forever. The guy with the glasses.
He's not changed.
He's different. But that's pretty much all I got. I don't know. I think we should do Spoiler Man, opening introductions, final thoughts, trivia, and then yes or no.
We're living in a post Return of the King world here, Pap. Like
everything's changed. It's true.
Gotta switch up the format.
I did have one final thought for you, Josh. I got some bad news that I'm also personally offended by. I looked at the movies Brett had given half a star to on Letterboxd, and one of them's King Kong versus Godzilla.
No.
And that made my heart sink.
Oh, I freaking hated that movie.
Worse than riding the bus with my sister.
Don't worry, Brett's the type of guy we can just like pour our hearts out to for a while, and he'll go ahead and bump that up to 1.5.
I will.
It's
I
no
will.
big deal.
Or cry to him, as Brett puts it.
He's got too big of a heart.
Yeah.
Beth does apologize at the end, though. I do have that in my notes. I don't remember what she apologizes for, but what does she apologize for? I don't know. Something.
I just remember the arm tickling. Right.
Oh,
after
gosh.
That goes on for way too long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a little cringy. Josh, did you have a reason for yes or no, or were you just being difficult?
Yeah,
Funny, difficult.
I think that's a reason.
Mean to Pappy.
Yeah, mean to Pappy is the reason.
All right, so let's do final thoughts real quick. Anybody have any? Are you looking forward to the sequel? Riding the taxi, the Uber with my sister?
With my little brother.
I have one more question for you, Brett. Could this movie be salvaged? And if so, like, assuming we up the production quality a bunch, what would you change?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, just look at people who've played mentally challenged people. I mean, there's some amazing performances out there.
You think the story would?
Yeah, well, the story would definitely need to be changed. Probably focus more on the stuff that you were talking about, like why riding the bus is so important for something like that. If it's about structure or routine, showing, I don't know. I mean, all the people are mean to her, but there's like no consequences for it because she doesn't care. So
this is like that thought experiment where you change one plank of a boat at a time. Is it still the same boat?
No,
if you
would
change
not
every
be.
aspect of this movie, yeah, I guess it would be. Couldn't be worse.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess it's just not a very good story. I think it reads probably better as a book. But I don't know. I mean, we would need a competent director, a budget, better set pieces, better acting, better script.
Where does this movie take place?
Pennsylvania?
I think that's a lost aspect of this too. Like, there's no sense of, I don't know, a better movie would have treated this a little bit better and taught us a little bit maybe about Pennsylvania.
Well, that's what the good Hallmark movies do now. It's like still the same story where it's like big city businesswoman goes to small town where she grew up, but we get more of a flavor of that small town than this. It's just anywhere.
I also feel like Lifetime movies have gotten like, I don't know, they have their own channel and stuff. I think they like have a lot more money to throw into it now with actually better actresses and stuff, but I don't know, maybe not. I don't really watch a lot of them. I just see them on all the time, and I know they have their own channel and stuff. So the book takes place in Reading, Pennsylvania, so I don't know if they ever really say in the movie, but
The Reading Railroad.
what did you guys think of the score, which was done by the drummer from The Police?
Oh, what's his name?
Stewart Copeland.
Yeah, Copeland. He's pretty badass. I didn't really...
Me neither.
The score, though, seemingly invisible.
Yeah. This might have just been the YouTube video though, that we watched.
Yeah, dude. The fidelity's not coming through. It's almost like there's certain channels of the audio that's just gone. Is that why certain scenes are gone?
Must be.
All right.
Maybe.
I need to give a special shout out to the guy who did cinematography for this movie. His name's Anthony B. Richmond. He's got 6 children, and his children's name are Chunky, George, Antonia, Gaston, Spencer, and Samantha. I mean, bravo, Anthony.
Chunky?
Bravo. Chunky.
Oh, what a Chad.
Does he have any other movies that are good?
That's child abuse right there.
He did The Man Who Fell to
I feel
Earth.
like he's not famous enough to have weird names for his kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of a poser move.
Candyman, Legally Blonde, Candyman, and Legally Blonde. Those are 2 interesting ones. Don't Look Now. I mean, I don't know. Oh, the classic 1968, Only When I Larf.
Mm.
You guys know Only When I Larf?
Larf?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. L-A-R-F.
Like laugh, but larf?
No, it's when the female forces air out. Never mind.
Oh, no, that's
It's when you barf and laugh at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When a male or female barfs and laughs.
All right, let's go yes. Let's go yes or no's, Korey.
No, absolutely not.
Is this movie funnier than 2016 Ghostbusters?
No.
No, yeah, it's that.
But is this movie meant to be funny at all, ever?
I don't think so.
Also, no. They're about the same level of comedy, and one is trying.
Yeah.
This movie is not exactly Benny and June. It's the exact opposite of the Peanut Butter Falcon. This movie is not endearing. I do not like the journey that this movie takes me on. I don't like riding the bus with this movie. It is poorly made. It's a piece of shit. Watching it on YouTube was not fun in 240p quality. I cannot give this movie anything other than a no.
Better bus riding the bus movie, this or Speed?
Okay, this one has the edge on Speed. I'll say that.
You don't like Speed?
No, this one, Speed. Come on, cans. It's just cans.
Would they run over that
about
person?
the same.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Let's go with Mikey. Oh, he didn't watch.
Yeah.
Mikey, how would you yes or no on this podcast?
From what I've heard, it's a solid no. hard no. So,
What was what sent you over the edge for that no?
well, you said 4 minutes in. I don't think I can go any longer.
Yeah. No, yeah,
That
it
would
was
be
bad.
very tough for me to get past.
And to be fair, it skipped the YouTube video, skipped the credits, so we didn't have to watch. Well, did it skip? It just started right away. Maybe it did a
I
credits.
skipped
don't know.
the
Whatever.
credits. Either way.
Okay, so let's go with Josh.
Yeah, despite honestly me trying really hard to like buy in at the beginning, this movie kind of wears you down. I think, what's his name? Rick? He's the heart of the movie, but like Rachel should have been.
Yeah.
And I praised her earlier for her attractiveness, but I don't know if it's her acting or the way the character is written, but never quite endears me at least, enough to like fully dive in and have any sort of reason to give a shitty movie a yes. Like, I just can't do it. The weird flashbacks and the weird like photography sequences just kind of Lifetime movie themselves into this whole thing, and it's not great. I do like what Pap was saying though about the movie having a heart in the right place, and I would extend that to even saying like most of the people involved in the project too. It's just one of those things that didn't really work, and that's fine. It happens in art, and this is an example of it, so it's a no.
You did try. You found some diamonds in the rough. Pappy?
Hard no. I kind of, like I said, at some level, I wish I would have stuck to my guns. I've never pivoted before. I don't know if this counts as a pivot. But, I don't know. It's not so bad it's good for sure. It's just bad. I said, I can see why all of the comments on this YouTube video are like affirming of the movie. Like, oh, this is, so beautiful or touching, or this reminds me of XYZ person in my life, but it's a pretty horrible film as a whole, and there's a reason it's been scrubbed for the internet, and you can only find it on this YouTube video. Hard no. One of the worst movies I've ever seen, probably.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on what Pap just said, and it's definitely one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm gonna put it back down to a half star. I think.
Why,
just
Brett?
Really bad.
Why?
Don't let him bully you,
It's
Brett.
bad.
Retroactive.
It's fine. I just want to know why. Why is it one of the worst movies you've ever seen?
It's uncomfortable. The acting's bad. The story's bad. It just wasn't good. Nothing. There was very little good about it. Like, got good for Rosie for trying, but it was a failure, and it was a failure right away. So it's 90 minutes of her failing. Like, if her portrayal would have been better or more believable, then it could have been better. But when I feel like it fails right away, then there's no coming back from that. I mean, unless she got hit with a shovel and starts talking differently 30 minutes into the... I mean, it's just... I don't know. It just wasn't good.
You don't have a problem with her selling the pictures of her
That's
differently
not
abled sister for money now?
By the way, I'm gonna give it a hard no.
Sorry, Brett.
That's okay.
I just
Josh interrupted me, not you.
I just thought sorry, Brett.
I don't care.
Do you want to give your actual yes or no now?
No. No. I was done. It's bad.
Brett, are you insinuating Rosie O'Donnell's character is going to demand compensance for these photos? What are you getting at here? It's fine. She's an artist taking photos. No, Pap. She's an artist taking photos, and she kind of found her niche, is what they're saying. It's not great, but I don't think it's
it's a little weird,
deviant.
I don't know. It feels like they should be a little bit tighter on their messaging. You know what I mean? Maybe there's this whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how she Rosie O'Donnell can pay for stuff now. She has more money or something. I don't know. She's just all right, I'm moving to New York. See ya.
In our world, 2022, influencers get paid, right? Get
name,
likeness,
image, and likeness for Rosie.
Yes, even
Rosie.
college. Yes, even college kids get money now. So I guess you got a point. That's a little bit modern thinking, though. Back in the old days, 2005, they weren't thinking of that.
Was the exhibit called the art word? I don't know. Pappy, you got some trivia you want to do? Maybe?
I do want to do it super quick.
Let's do it quick. It's quick.
All right. Single round draft.
I have spoken.
You pick a state.
Let's go.
The category is number of buses. I will say this top 10 is not what you would think, but number of buses by state, everyone gets to pick one. Brett, we'll let you go last. Josh, you hate trivia. You can go first and get it over with.
What? What's the question?
You're picking a state.
What state has the most buses?
Whoever picks the state with the most buses wins, according to World Atlas.
I'm going to go with Tejas.
Mikey.
Illinois.
Korey.
California.
Brett.
Pittsburgh. Pennsylvania.
Reading
My
Pennsylvania.
favorite state.
Top 7 are Illinois, Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, California, and number 1, Tejas. Josh was right.
Woo!
Was that so bad? You made your pappy happy.
I love trivia.
All right, Josh, your trivia's up.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could do one line from this movie as Michael Caine, it's just a subjective trivia. I'll judge who did it the best. Let's go west.
I can't even think of a line from this movie.
I changed my mind, Master Wayne. I changed my mind. Don't tie on my tubes, Master Wayne.
That's pretty good.
Oh my god. This trivia originates from back in the day, 2016. Stevie wanted to change our trivias to impression trivia, subjective trivia. And I was so pissed, but his
brush my teeth.
His master plan.
Brush my teeth once a day.
Yeah, his master plan was to have us all impersonate Michael Caine. So I hope, Stevie, you're listening to this out there and loving it.
The only one I could think of is I said I brush my teeth once a day, but I'm not good at Michael Caine. So
come on, Pappy, you're last.
You haven't
Let's go.
been to a dentist in 2 years.
Brett.
There you go.
Brett, you're the winner.
Oh, okay.
You did very well.
All right, do I get the kick of the spoilers, man, then?
I think that's apt.
No, you get to read the fan email.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's get it over with.
30-minute podcast.
Over with? Should we do our Patreon episode just on this email?
It's up to you guys.
No.
Go ahead, Brett.
No.
I'm trying to find it.
Should I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This was sent to the email address, Pappy.
Podcastspoilers@gmail.com.
Thank you. The subject line is WTF, Brett? 3 question marks. This is from Spencer. It says, "Hey guys, your 20-part series on Lord of the Rings is awesome. I'm glad you're finally getting around to doing Return of the King. However,
all caps,
Brett and Mr. Kylo Ren memes, you can just call me Mr. Ren memes, by the way, really need to step up their game, since they are the ones who are responsible for straightening out all of the cretins who didn't read the book.
Whoa.
Allow me to speak for all of the Lord of the Rings book nerds by saying that there have been numerous points in your discussion of Return of the King thus far that have been missed, and questions that could have easily been addressed and put to rest by someone who is truly familiar with the books."
Did you say fa? What's fa?
Fuck off. "I was really impressed with Brett in your episodes on the first 2 movies, where he did a decent job of explaining things from the books. I keep waiting for him to speak up in these latest episodes, but mostly the conversation just moves right along without anyone setting the record straight. Obviously, you guys will always get nerd backlash when you try to review a classic like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or something. Here's a suggestion. For the remaining episodes, you could have a guest Lord of the Rings expert with you to answer your questions. For example, you can try reaching out to Craig from the Legendarium. Here's a link to his podcast. Thanks. Apologies for teasing you in this email. I'm actually a fan, and I have really enjoyed your show. Thanks for making it."
Okay, let me go. So first of all, Spencer, thank you for listening to the pod. Thank you for reaching out to us.
Great email, Spencer.
Thank you for the compliments that were scattered in your criticism.
My favorite email we've ever gotten, Spencer. Truly.
Okay, so one, I don't believe I ever pretended to be an expert on the Lord of the Rings books. I've been on record many, many times. No. I've been on record many, many times saying that I read it in 7th grade and I listened to it a couple years ago. That's twice in my 38-year-old life. I've said multiple times that I like the movies a lot more. And also, lastly, this was a podcast about the movies. I would throw in things that I thought, Korey and I would throw in things that we thought were relevant to certain things we were talking about, but I didn't go into the podcast looking to say, oh, that's not how the book does. That's not how the book. I mean, only if it was relevant, in my opinion, or if I remembered it. I'm definitely not an expert. I did do some research, but I wanted it all to be organic when I came in with stuff, and I feel like I didn't want to force anything. And I mean, again, we're not comparing the book to the movies. We're just talking about the movies, and I don't know. I thought I'd give a little extra information, but it was never going to be like that. I'm sorry that you got that impression.
All right, I'm going next. Spencer, first of all, I love your gift shop. It's great. A lot of nice stuff in there.
Ad hominem name right out the gate. You got a dumb name, first of all, Spencer.
Great gift shop guy. Yeah, you can go talk about Lord of the Rings with all your friends in there all day. Let's see. We're not book experts, so I never wanted to be like, I'm a book expert. What did happen and does kind of annoy me is when we do a Lord of the Rings episode, is that the people who haven't read the books will casually refer to me and Brett as the book experts because we have read them years ago, but we're not. Okay, so just to get that clear, but also kind of to reinforce what Brett said, it does not make a good podcast for us to say every difference, to list them all off as we go through the plot of the movie. Trust me, you wouldn't be listening if we did that. It would not be good. It would not be entertaining. It certainly wouldn't be as funny. So there's a podcast with 7 people. You really got to share the floor. We can't jump in every single time something is different than the book, even if it's something we want to say. So just to be clear, like, that's why that doesn't happen. Thank you for writing the email, though. You're cool, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm just trying to end it the same way he ended his.
Yeah.
I do want to say...
Yeah, why do you guys get to go? We all get to go.
I like the email, Spencer. It set the group thread ablaze. I would also like to address those first 2 guys are just totally lying out their ass. All they do is talk about how they're Lord of the Rings experts all day in our group thread. Don't listen to them. Your points were 100% valid. But
get the fuck out of here.
We recorded those episodes months ago, like many months ago. So there's a 0% chance we can get him on a Lord of the Rings. But if we do a Hobbit, well, hey, sure, why not? We're always looking for cool guests.
Hey, that's an idea.
Love the suggestion. Please keep listening.
I'm Kylo Ren memes. I'm not fucking Tom Bombadil memes.
Josh?
No, yeah, I want to go. Everyone gets a turn. This is all about the rule of threes. This comment, this whole series. It's a trilogy by Peter Jackson. We're finally on the third one. 3 movies. Also, this email made me LOL 3 times now. And third of all, when he sent us this email, we had only released 3 of our 7 episodes of Return of the King. So I don't know why he's like jumping on you guys so quick. Maybe the air will still be cleared in episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 for him.
No, we have 4 more episodes that disappoint him.
I'm trying to think back
4 more emails.
If I was good or bad. I have no idea. Also, the 2 Towers, I was literally fresh. I had just got done listening to the book, so if it seemed like I was way more versed, I probably was. Because we used to do these every year, and this one was a little longer after the last one. But
and I know I got Aragorn's sword name wrong. So before he sends a follow-up email, I knew after the podcast I got it wrong.
There's multiple things that I did that I knew were wrong. I said that they destroy the ring in chapter 3. Yeah, that's true, but chapter 3 of the 6th book. So, like, it's just... But I just didn't feel the need to come back and say that again.
Chill,
they knew
man.
what it meant.
In the Fellowship series, we did 6 episodes on the Fellowship. One of those episodes, I referred to Aragorn as Aragon every single time.
Oh, yeah. You still do on occasion, yeah.
I think I edited that episode and got as many out as I could, but like, you can still tell.
The question is, has he already heard my humongous blunder when I called the guys Numenorians? And remember, I
how
had
could
to come
you?
back. The scandal? They were pre-Numenorians. I'm so sorry. But either way, Spencer, thank you for reaching out. I mean, this actually stuff gives us fun stuff to talk about, even if it, you're dead to me now.
He
but it's
knew
okay.
it was a 20-part series. That alone is pretty sweet and makes me proud. Like, he's a listener, and I truly thank you, Spencer. Thanks for reaching out.
You are now the equivalent of the army of the dead to me. You are nothing.
Overpowered.
You're cursed.
We release you from our command.
Release you.
Your oath is filled, Spencer.
All right, so I think we're good to go. Anybody else? Mikey, did you want to talk about the email?
No, just I would like to see more fan email. That would be a lot of fun, regardless of how off book we are. We're not. This is the movie podcast, okay? Let's get one thing straight. We're not going to read the book, okay? Especially Lord of the Rings. So let's just cool down, Spencer. Let's take a step back. Let's realize that you're dealing with idiots here. We only watch movies, and we prefer that they're under 90 minutes, okay?
Under 90.
Like riding the bus with my sister.
Yeah, if you want me to really annoy you, and I don't think I could even do it, if we ever did Harry Potter, I just could not be on those podcasts because I don't like the movies, and I'm like obsessed with the books, and I'd be like, that's not how it was in the book. It would be bad. It's bad podcasting. So
what if we did one podcast on all the Harry Potter movies?
It's a lot. Ooh.
That's a lot.
It's only 8.
Don't
That's
give
a
the
lot of
patrons
work.
any ideas.
It's like 15 hours
really.
of Harry Potter movies.
all right. Well, that was really fun. Pappy, thanks for picking that, and thanks for letting me
You're welcome.
pivot and everything. I think it
I'm a
was for the
generous
best,
God.
but
A cool
You
30
are.
minutes.
Hey, well, that was spoilers. Thanks for stopping out, guys.
Special thank you to our patrons, Matt Troll,
Excellent.
Brother Brian,
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to say that. That was a horrible thing to say. It's horrible.
Druid King,
My mama taught me that you do your best this day and see what the next day be like.
Nick,
I don't hate you. I hate your behavior when you're rude.
The Meg.
Will Smith is very hot, too. If he was here right now, Rachel, do you know what I would do to him?
David.
Do the Kung Pao Wow one. Yeah, like boom.
Nurse Stacy.
No, not Jack Russell's. I said something old-fashioned like Colley's. Just do it.
The Wolf.
Carlton's not a bus stop.
Unless it's a handbrake.
Barky 420.
I wish Beth would get a job.
Davy Kerr.
Didn't even know they use that term anymore.
If you'd like to request an episode, hear your name read by Spoiler Man, or even just help us make podcasts, please check us out on patreon.com/spoilerspodcast. Our email is podcastspoilers@gmail.com. Twitter is @spoilers_pod. Our Instagram is podcast spoilers. It's lit. Josh Hensley from the Rutabaga wrote our theme song. Please support this podcast by leaving us an iTunes review. To do this, 1. Search for movie spoilers. 2. Click on our orange Spoilers Bowl logo and scroll all the way to the bottom. 3. Leave us some stars and some words. Now you can check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Spoilers is now available on Audible.
Star Wars, plush toy is $40.
God.
So, yeah, it's they're not missing meals at Disney. Let's put it that way. It's expensive. Whew.
What have you done so far?
Everything
Avatar Land.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. We're getting there at 7. But pretty much only things that Libya can do, just the boat rides.
Does she love them?
Oh, dude. We went on this Mickey ride today, and it's kind of like this trackless thing. I mean, it was really cool, but she's only 18 months old, but there was a part where there was this miniature tornado, and she saw it, and she buried her head into her hands. So it was really cute. But
oh no.
Yeah, just the cute rides. But I'm gonna walk in and pass out because today was a long day.
Well, I'm glad you joined.
Oh yeah, you fellers have fun. I'll check you later.
See you, Stevie.
Yeah.
Mikey, did you watch?
No, I couldn't bring myself to watch. I'm sorry.
Ask questions. This movie is insane.
I'll put it on in the background on mute. I'll put it on mute in the background.
I beat you on the bus. Oh. Is Josh here?
At a very specific time.
We're going to hold him to that 0.5.
Oh, yeah.
And Korey.
Okay, I got one.
There you go. There you go, Brett. Don't say
Hold
it.
on.
I guess it's 9:46.
Hey, I was just talking. Could you hear me?
No.
Okay. Okay, I was told I have a nice, safe one for it. Spoiler.
Safe is good. Sorry, my Audacity crashed. I got to restart it real quick, but still no Josh, no Korey, so.
Oh, Brittany asked me a question, and I wanted to ask you guys, do either of you guys use Mac?
No.
Brittany was just wondering, and I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, is if she got a new iPad, if I'd be able to do pods on that.
Probably. I think so. You just need a way to
hook a mic up.
Yeah, convert your mic to it, or get a mic that just plugs into an iPad. I'm sure they make those.
Yeah. What are the? You're getting a new one? A new with a USB-C? That's the only one I can think of that would.
The new iPads have that?
If it's USB-C, I don't know if they would do that with you're not gonna find a mic that has the Apple.
Well,
cord.
I'm not getting a new mic because I got a new mic for my birthday. So it's just like a USB, but there's a cord in there, I think, to hook it up to a phone. So I don't see why that wouldn't.
Right, look at this. I just sent you.
I mean, feel free to say
you'd have to have something that converts. If it's
that.
Whatever your charger port is.
Okay, that's not too bad.
$11.
I'm sure I could get something like that.
Did Josh join and leave?
Korey, you on?
Why did Josh Jordan leave?
I had to make sure he was on at 947.5.
Korey?
Am I still getting feedback, Pappy, like last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
How bad is it?
It's not
like
terrible.
it's a slight buzz whenever you talk.
So it's when I speak specifically?
Mm-hmm. Then it goes away when you don't.
So my recording comes through fine. Do you care if this goes on, or you want me to try to fix it?
It does not bother me in the slightest.
Does it make it like hard to understand what I'm saying?
No. It's very quiet.
Hello.
What up, Joe Schlong?
Everyone's here? Mikey's here? Nice.
So
I could have sworn someone was missing.
Miss Stevie.
Korey, you watched, right?
Yeah, we all watched it.
Josh, you watched too? Mikey didn't. He decided not to.
Oh, I thought we all did.
He said he was going to do it, but
it was too painful.
I sent him the greatest hits clip.
So, Brett, I want you to remember this when I do Shakes the Clown.
Okay.
Why do you say that, Korey?
Because I want you guys to watch it too. I don't think it'll be an interesting podcast if it's just me describing the movie to you guys, you know?
You might
Who
be
all,
surprised.
who all watched Antichrist?
I did. I've watched every punishment movie I've been on.
I don't know if I...
Fancy.
What was the last punishment movie?
Pinocchio?
Pinocchio.
Oh. No, I didn't watch that because I had literally just watched the other Pinocchio and I was Pinocchio'd out.
Then what's the Adam Sandler one?
Hubie?
Jack and Jill?
Jack and Jill?
It should be Signs any day now.
Wait, is Mikey here or not?
He was.
Yeah, sorry. I was finishing watching the scene Pappy sent me.
How good?
Greatest hits?
I don't know.
All right. I know I say this all the time, but I really, 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 really want to keep this short. There's like very little plot.
Mm-hmm.
No trivia.
Mm-hmm.
No trivia?
I don't have a trivia.
Don't worry. I made a poor man's Jeopardy. I'll put it in the chat.
Perfect.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say.
Brett just wants this podcast to end.
Well, I mean, yeah,
haven't even
punishment
started
doesn't have
yet.
to be that. Punishments don't have to be that.
No, I mean, it doesn't have to be long, but let's try to make it interesting for anyone that stumbles across it, you know?
Well, this should be a Patreon, right?
I didn't know.
No. It's everyone's.
I think it's a regular, yeah. Which is why I can't say the R word.
I mean, can't.
Okay, I will.
Can't stop.
No, I'm not. Come on.
Your own volition.
What do you think I am, man? A monster? I only say it when it's not related to a movie like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like Hubie Halloween. I think I said it.
I got a trivia.
Don't do that to the man.
It's a fast one.
It's not your movie.
Everyone loves trivia.
No.
I'm not going to be in a trivia.
No.
Did you listen to the last Lord of the
trivia.
Rings episode?
Why?
Only if Brett's doing the trivia because it's his episodes. I respect it.
Don't force the trivia on Brett.
I mean, I don't have any plans the rest of the night.
Brett, as the host, could I do a trivia, please?
How long are we talking?
One round of guesses, super quick.
And actually, I got a trivia too. I want to do, Brett. Can I do that?
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
let's do
You guys
Josh's.
are crazy.
I have a
do
manifesto I want to read. Can I do that?
I'm sorry the show has a fucking format.
We don't do trivia sometimes.
let's not do introductions or yes or no's. Let's just let Brett talk about the movie for 5 minutes straight and then end it.
Let's not get mad at each other.
Pappy's the only one around here who's so mad. You mad, bro?
I am mad. I just want to do my trivia. Why is that unreasonable?
We'll see, Pappy. It's a good chance that we'll let you do it. Again, I've already done what I wanted to do tonight, so.
How many of us are on? Maybe we can vote at the end.
Yeah, democracy at work.
Oh, that's the new thing we do. We vote to see if there even is a trivia every episode. That'd be awesome new segment.
I'm a perennial no vote.
Me too.
From here on out. Yeah, you guys get the draft of that and take it to the press. Oh, Mike is a perennial no vote.
All right, let's just not do trivia anymore. All right.
Pat,
No more trivia.
You talking
Ever.
like 5 minutes?
No more trivia ever again.
Yeah, I think it's like a 5-minute thing.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, we'll probably get that in. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Jeez, if it's going to be all aggressive about it.
I'm sad now. My feelings are hurt.
Check.
No, I think it's fine if you do it.
I'm not usually the one on the outside looking in at arguments and fights before pod, so I don't know what to do right now.
This
I'm
is
usually
about
involved.
you, Brett.
Exactly.
Just ride that wave.
I like not being involved.
You did this.
I mean, I don't see why Pappy can't do trivia. I mean, I didn't get to pick the day or the time of the pod, so why would I get to do trivia?
Well, as long as Josh isn't doing it, I don't care. As long as it's not Josh's trivia.
I had to do it, Josh.
That's fine, because I don't want to do it either.
You could have picked. You would have just done it with fewer people.
I didn't want to do that.
That's always an option.
Yeah, he doesn't like us. Jeez.
The vibes were all good when it was Stevie on. Then Josh left the call. Then Korey joined. Then Josh joined the call. And everyone got all mean.
I think the vibes were all pretty good until we brought up trivia.
Pappy texted me, "Why are you being weird?"
You texted me. You said you joined the call, left, and said, "Text me when Korey gets on."
I was trying to read something about the movie.
It was very weird. I didn't.
And you weren't here at 47.5. Let's
I was
get
ready
that
to go.
straight, Josh.
This is good shit. I hope this goes at the end
I
of the
was
episode.
just going to say the same thing. I hope. Is anybody running like.
Oh, I've been recording since Stevie was on. The listeners can listen to the vibes pre-Josh and post-Josh and judge for themselves.
True. Hey, let's get
48.1.
That's his rap name. Stevie was here. He's at Disneyland, right?
Yeah,
we
he
saw him
joined on
walking
video.
around. He's really tired.
Did he say anything
I should
about
text him.
being accused of cheating by Korey, or are we just going to let that slide?
I've done that multiple times. But that's how I cope with him winning.
Wow.
Accuse him of
Stevie
cheating.
things just roll off Stevie. He's uncancelable.
He's in his happy place. He doesn't care about anything.
He's in the happiest place in the world.
Yeah.
He's got no problems right now.
Very fair.
All right, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, who's doing their trivia first, me or Pap?
Are you doing one?
Why do you have one, Josh?
We'll see how long this episode takes.
I don't freaking have one. Just riffing.
Mikey, do you want to count us down?
All right.
I wanted your trivia. It sounds cool. So cool.
3, 2, 1, go.
That was Spoilers.